In this video, I'm starting back up my grind to UTR 10. My name is Kevin, an amateur tennis player in the Bay Area in his 20s who is trying to get better and play tennis more competitively. Last year, I started to take tennis seriously for the first time in my life, and I set my first goal to get to UTR 10 in singles. I started that year with a UTR of about 8, and after many UTR flex matches, a bunch of USTA tournaments, and 2 seasons of USTA League tennis, my current UTR is still 8, and I'm actually one bad match away from entering the UTR 7 range. So this time around, I'm going to take my tennis and my training even more seriously, and I'm hoping to take some big strides into actually increasing that number. For those of you guys who are unfamiliar with the UTR system, real quick, unlike some rating systems out there, your UTR doesn't necessarily go up or down based on if you win or lose, but more so how you perform in each match based on the relative level of your opponent. What this means is if you win against an opponent who is rated much lower than you, your UTR doesn't necessarily go up all that much, and vice versa. If you lose a match against a player who is rated much higher than you, then your UTR doesn't necessarily go down. So that being said, I need to play a bunch of players that are somewhat rated closer to my level or even higher and have good results against them. So to kick off this journey, I signed up for my local UTR Flex League, where I will get matched up against a bunch of opponents at my current level in UTR. In this video, my opponent will be around a UTR 7.7, which is currently a tiny bit lower than mine. Therefore, I will have to win this match with a little bit of a margin in order for my UTR to increase. So let's see how I do against my first opponent. Throughout this journey, I will be documenting my matches, whether it is playing UTR Flex, playing USTA tournaments, or playing USTA League, as well as any training outside of tennis that will help me within this journey, and the goal eventually is to get to UTR 10, whether it be 1 year, 2 years, 3 years from now, and then we'll see where we go from there. And if you guys are enjoying whatever content I put out, please do feel free to leave a like as well as a comment to give your feedback on what you guys want to see, and the direction I go with this series will be based on your feedback. Before we get into this match, I want to quickly shout out Sweet Vision once again. If you guys want to record yourselves playing tennis and use a cool app like Swing Vision, feel free to check out the link in the description below. It'll get you a nice little discount as well as the free swing stick that you can use as a tripod or a phone mount to record your tennis. Trust me, recording myself playing tennis has been not only a humbling experience, but also has been helping me improve my tennis for the past couple of months. And if you're feeling brave, feel free to post your content on YouTube as well, and you'll have a bunch of people in the comments below telling you that your forehand sucks. So yeah, give Swing Vision a chance if you guys haven't before and want to record yourselves playing tennis. And yeah, sorry for stalling, let's get into the match. Okay, so getting right into the match, and also this is technically my second UTR match. The first UTR match will be posted on this channel after this video. It's just that it's taking a little bit longer to edit. Leonard, my opponent today, gave me a little bit of trouble. He has a good forehand, a very decent serve, which, you know, he's over 6 foot, and from experience, anyone over 6 foot usually has a good serve. Going into this match, we didn't really warm up that long, which I think it definitely shows in these first couple of games. Just a couple more random errors from both of our ends, but as the match continues, I think the consistency goes up and we had many long points. But despite some sloppy play in the first couple of games, I really wasn't getting frustrated, and part of it was because I actually made a big change in my technique on my forehand side. I'm not going to tell you guys what it is. If you guys can figure it out, please do let me know in the comments if you guys could see what it is. And even though I'm missing a lot more balls, I'm actually not really getting frustrated after these misses like I normally would, because I always just chalk it up to a new technique, something I'm working on, and this definitely benefited my mental game. Anyways, that is a lot of talking from me. Going to let this match play out. Also, let me know in the comments below if you guys like to hear commentary during the matches, or if you guys just prefer to watch the match without my voice. I will jump in now and then for insight if there is insight to give at certain points of the match. But regardless, hope you guys enjoy this match, and let's see how the set plays out. I closed the first set out 6-2 after winning a bunch of games in a row, and despite the scoreline being 6-2, I think this match is still pretty close. We got to deuce a bunch of times, and I still have to be on top of my game to close out the second set. At this point, I started playing a lot more looser. Being up one set always is good to calm the nerves, and I started to go for my shots a little bit more in the second set. One thing that I want to quickly mention, and this is actually pretty important for the context of the series, is in the back of my head, I was actually thinking about the scoreline going into the second set. Because Leonard's UTR is like 0.3 to 0.4 lower than mine, I felt like I needed to win this match with a big margin in order for my UTR to increase. So there's always an added pressure of playing someone whose UTR is a little bit lower than you if you really just care about your UTR. And if I wasn't doing this series, it really wouldn't matter to me all that much. I think because my goal is to get to UTR 10, then I really care about these little small details. I don't think the UTR algorithm is perfect. There are many things about the algorithm that I don't agree with and I don't like. I will be making a video on this in the future. But yeah, thinking about the score, trying to win in a big score line is definitely not something you should be thinking about in the middle of the match. I do think it's good to think about winning every game you can, try to win every point you can. But if you start thinking about the score line and trying to put pressure on yourself to win in a big margin, especially against opponents that are closer to your level, I think that added pressure is definitely something that you don't want. But anyways, just to be fully transparent, this was something I was thinking about going into set 2, and whether it affected my game, you guys will just have to see. Let's see if I could continue to stay focused in the second set. So in the end, I closed it out 6-2, 6-3. Pretty good match overall, in my opinion. Definitely still have a lot to work on. I think my returns for one were a bit subpar in this match, and I think I could have done a lot more against the second serves with my returns. And throughout the entire match, Leonard's slices were just giving me a lot of trouble. He wouldn't really hit through his backhand. He would always decide to slice it, and his slice is pretty good. It stays low for the most part, and I do have a lot of trouble picking the ball up. And a lot of times, instead of just going to his backhand like I was doing in the first set, I would go to his forehand sometimes just to change things up, because I felt like I was a lot more comfortable dealing with his forehand, even though it was a lot more powerful and his forehand was much more of a weapon. I've actually never had my phone die on me in the middle of recording. But yeah, like I was saying, probably just need to work on handling slices better. So when I asked Leonard if there was actually any strategy involved with only using slices on his backhand side, because after a certain 2 videos on my channel, a lot of people have started to slice against me a lot. He actually told me that it was just mostly because he wasn't really confident in hitting through his backhand after not playing competitively for a while, so he was just reverting to his slices. And yeah, I definitely just exposed a strategy against me. If you guys want to just play against me, just slice only, please don't do that. But overall, pretty good match. Happy with the result, and I get my first win in this UTR Flex League. But my opponents from here on out will have even higher UTRs, and in the next video I will be playing against a certain person that has been on the channel a couple times before, and last time he beat me in a pretty close 3 sets, so this time I am looking to get my revenge. He is currently around a UTR 8 and one of the top 4 or 5 singles players in the Bay Area, so this will be a fun match. And my opponent after that will be a person who has played D3 college and is currently a 5-0, so that will be another exciting match. After this match, my UTR did jump from 8.01 to 8.12, so slowly making progress towards UTR 9, and hopefully these next couple of matches will go in my way so that number continues to go up. As always, I appreciate you guys for tuning in to these videos. If you guys enjoyed this video, please do feel free to leave a like, as well as hit that sub button if you guys are new and want to stick around on my tennis journey. I have a lot more content planned for this channel, including more videos of this series and some other content as well, so I'm excited to share it with you guys. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next week.